Hello, Sharif.
Hi, Dominic. How are you? And how is everybody else doing this lovely Friday?
Lovely Friday the 26th of February, 2021. We're all over here. We're all good. Chicagoland is melting right now.
Awesome. Yeah, same here. Same here. We're getting positive degrees the last couple of days, and snow is melting. But we are getting some the next few days as well. So it's still February.
Still February. I know. My wife said to me yesterday, she said, "Don't count your chickens yet, honey, because March we get the most snow." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I think that we've busted the record for the most
Oh,
snow in February for many, many years." So,
wow.
but no big
Well,
deal. Snow is good.
yeah, and spring is just around the corner, hopefully.
Right. A couple of months, I think. So anyway, yeah. So welcome and thank you again for joining me here in Why It's Important. We're going to be talking about the importance of experiential marketing and how that applies to business out there in the world. And if you take just a moment to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do, what your thing is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me here. It's always been a pleasure to do these live sessions. Um, I do marketing consulting, and I do it for small business and professional services. And I've been doing this independently now for about 4 years. Before that, I worked for marketing for pretty much all of my 30 years of my practical work, and I've gained a lot of experience in many large organizations and small and medium organizations as well. So right now, like I said, I'm doing this marketing consulting for small and medium businesses and professionals, and I also teach marketing and business administration with one of Toronto's private colleges, and yeah, it's been good, and things are going, things are moving. I also have an offering with the Self Achievement Network Marketplace, and that is a marketing assessment. And the marketing assessment is about me having a conversation with the business owner, getting to know where their business is going and where they would like to take it, and then also gathering information about their marketing activities and what they've been doing in the past, and then I will come back with an assessment and a plan for what they need to do in terms of marketing for the following 6 months to a year.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, and that offering is in the marketplace. Whoever is interested can just click on it.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's a very good point. I don't know that you can see it on the screen, but I just put the
Oh, you did? I
graphic
didn't see it.
that's up there. You can't see it?
No.
Okay, well, you're on your mobile, that's why. But it automatically puts the link to that assessment into the comments thread. So anybody that wants to check it out, it's right there. We have a marketplace that allows our members of the Self-Achievement Network to place their offerings, whatever they do, whether it's a product or a service or a course or whatever, into our marketplace. My particular um, well, I'll just tell you a little bit about me. My name's Dominic. I'm the founder of the Self Achievement Network. I also have a course called Life Plan. I'll put it up here, and Life Plan is also in the marketplace, and it's a self-paced course for people to um, not only discover their passion, but to kind of get a not kind of to get a direction with their life, because people struggle with that and they go through different times of their life. And so it's a comprehensive course. It's $250, and we are an affiliated network, which means that if you are part of the affiliate fee, whatever you want to call it, for that referral if somebody purchases. So we're losing you over there. Your image is all garbled up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I also didn't. You got cut off for a little bit. I don't know if it's my connection or yours, but we're back, aren't we?
We are back, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So, okay, so experiential marketing. I mean, I have an idea of what that is, but tell us, what that is and why it's becoming, I think, becoming more and more important.
Yeah, it is becoming more and more important over the last several years now. And think of the amount of communication that we get every day, and the amount of messages that we receive from different channels, different companies, and it sometimes can get a little overwhelming, right? With all types of messages that we get, be it grocery stores, be it cosmetics, be it your car mechanic, whatever it is. But you get so many messages every day, and sometimes you're like, okay, that's too much. So what is happening is that companies or marketing people are looking for different ways again to communicate with their customers. As we all know that the communication is the most important thing in marketing, and the marketing companies are looking for many ways to communicate with their customers, and this is one way that is really intriguing, and because it just focuses on giving a target audience an experience that is so relevant to the brand and that really adds values to their lives. It's different. It's not just like you going to an event or something. No, it's good because it's engaging and it gets people to really get in contact with the brand.
Hmm.
So yeah, it is one of these I would say sort of new ways of doing marketing communications, but it's definitely very effective.
Well, give us an example. I mean, what's coming to my head is like this. I forgot the brand, but this like these power drinks, and they show people on doing all kinds of weird, like motorcycles, and it's all about
Yeah, that's one of
Red,
them, definitely.
no,
Red Bull.
yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah, Red
I
Bull
love
is
Red
one of the
Bull.
companies that does a lot of experiential marketing. It's one of the ways that it just keeps their audience always connected to their brand, and this is the essence of experiential marketing. It involves that two-way communication between the brand and the consumer, and then companies are definitely looking for different ways to engage their customers and potential consumers, and accordingly, the more they are looking into these ways of trying to engage them and having them more connected to their brand, they look for these other ways of doing it, one of them experiential marketing, and accordingly there's a shift that is happening in the type of activities. And with this shift, there's also a shift in the marketing budgets as well. So people or companies are spending less money on other methods of marketing, other channels of communication, and there are, whenever possible, they are shifting them towards experiential marketing. And that's a good thing because, again, like I said, it's the main thing is the connection between the brand and the consumer, and the more you get your consumer engaged, the more you can get them to speak about your brand, and this is also another goal, another objective of communication and marketing, which is to get people talk about your brand, word of mouth marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it involves a number of concepts, tried and tested, and these can be some kind of events, some kind of sponsorships, some kind of product sampling. These are all different types of experiential marketing, but some companies can go a little overboard, if you may call it,
Okay.
and they do some really nice examples and really nice activities for their consumers. The whole thing is about the event itself, not about the product. That's the main thing. People want to get engaged with their brands now, because once they do that, they go back home, or maybe as soon as they pass by on their phone, they say, I just did this with my brand. I just did that, and a lot of people are just, they want to do that. They want to show how engaged they are to their brands, and this is also one of the goals of experiential marketing from a marketing standpoint. So the ultimate goal of experiential marketing is to get consumers to engage with the brand, and based on that experience, talk about the brand to other people.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of purpose, obviously the main purpose obviously is the communication, but in that, marketing companies are trying to create that emotional connection between the brand and the consumer. They want people to get more and more emotionally connected to the brand, and these programs are usually associated with some planned consumer events. Again, like product sampling, like hands-on demos, actually at the time, and these allow consumers to use or to touch the product rather than just hearing or reading about it. So, the saying that goes, feeling is believing. I think it's called like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want people to actually touch their products and use them, so that they can speak about their experiences to other people.
Yeah, I did. Another thing popped into my head, an example. So, for example, at trade shows, I mean, these are famous, right? So, like, I was at one, I don't remember how long ago, but there was a golfing thing set up. So they're, experiential. They're over there swinging the clubs and they're hitting the
Exactly.
screen. I mean, that's another,
I've seen that actually in one of the trade shows that I attended as well.
they've been doing that for years. So, I mean, but
Yeah.
it gives people the opportunity to touch, to feel, to experience whatever it may be. And I mean, if people out there are watching, they have something like that. This is how it applies. You may have
Yeah.
a product of some sort that that people can actually get in their hands and use it. So that's experiential, and it's not just a product, right?
No,
They're
it's the experience.
the actual like rock climbing or um, um, hang gliding, or I mean, there's
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of different things. I mean,
And speaking of rock climbing, actually, we do have this example that I wanted to show our audiences here. The ice wall, the
oh
speed
yeah,
stick ice wall. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to bring this up?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's this was actually one of these examples that was done by Gear Speed Stick. The Speed Stick is a deodorant, and uh, what they were looking for is that they wanted to uh, get into that market, into that deodorant market, and this is basically a male product for this specific offering, and they wanted to get people engaged because they know that the competition in that offering is pretty high and pretty tough. So what they did is that they built this I think it was a 30-foot high ice wall here in Toronto. And this ice wall, they put it right in the middle of the street. I think it was in the heart of downtown Toronto, as far as I understand. And they would stop passersby and ask them to climb the ice wall. You can see there that there's some little handles on the wall there. But yeah, they would stop you while you're walking by and ask you to. They would challenge you to actually go up as much as you can, as far as you can on that ice wall. And people used to stop and used to try the whole experience. And I believe they used to give them some giveaways at the end. So it is very innovative. It is very engaging. And 100%, once you're done with climbing that ice wall, you're gonna go and get on your phone, send pictures, tell your family, tell your friends what experience you've gone through, right?
Sorry, I was in the background, but yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, this is what people are doing now. So this with social media, of course, that is the perfect solution because as soon as they get done doing something that is, they've engaged in, they're spreading that everywhere, and then they're putting their face next to the logo, and boom, it's like free, massive marketing right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The interesting thing is that statistically, and these are actual figures, 65% of the brands, they say that experiential marketing has positively affected their sales numbers. So these are so 65%. That's pretty low. That's pretty high.
Yeah, in terms of the numbers, that's a huge increase in yeah.
So, but again, like any other marketing activity, it needs to have a plan, and like any other communications activity, so it needs a plan, and the plan, like we've said more than one time before, objectives need to be determined, smart objectives. What exactly do we need to achieve from this experiential marketing campaign? What is the strategy? How are we going to do this? What type of messaging? Obviously, we spoke about messaging last week, but what type of messaging strategy we're going to use? And then the execution, and the execution involves some budget, obviously. And once we do that, and once we actually get along with it and finalize it, the measurement and evaluation are key also to measure the success of the campaign.
Awesome.
So yeah, so planning also, like any other marketing activity, the experience it needs to be planned, and planned very well. The definitely one other aspect of experiential marketing is that it needs to be fun, and it needs to be engaging. So like that example that we just showed, it is a fun activity. I mean, who would imagine that while you're walking on the streets in one of the busiest cities, and then you'll see like an ice wall right there? So I mean, and imagine if you are going to work in the morning or something, or just so you might actually get enticed to do it. So the engaging part is very important as well, but it needs to serve a business purpose. So does it actually tie in with all the other integrated marketing communications activities, and how does it tie in? So it needs to serve a purpose as well, right?
Yeah, and that's an external type of a thing, a physical activity. I don't know that you had thought about talking about this, but what about like the online stuff? I mean, are there any examples that pop into your head that people are doing that are giving people an experiential?
They do these things also, but the main thing I think is to have that physical engagement. But I remember there was also another event a few years back. It was the the Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Oreos. So there was this. It was the 100th anniversary of the Oreo cookie.
Okay.
And what they did is that they set up websites, they set up social media accounts, they set up all these things, so many ways to communicate with customers, and they wanted to make it like a global event. But the main event was a huge Oreo cookie cake that was put in one of the malls. But obviously everybody like put it on social media, and they started talking about it, and people, it was huge, and they put it in one of these malls, and everybody started talking about it. So the engagement can happen, even on social media as well. But I guess the important part is that engagement where you actually have that face-to-face connection with the brand, or the very physical connection with the brand.
Yeah. What about this thought about, like, for example, on Facebook? Facebook now has Facebook rooms, so people can go into a room, so to speak, and have an event that's more focused on what they're doing, and it's more, I guess, not experiential because it's not physical. Or Zoom has also the breakout room, so people can go from a large group to a one-on-one or a two-on-two, whatever it is. I don't really know the detail there, but that's a little more experiential than
people can definitely do that, and create all sorts of events, and these platforms, as we were talking before the live, they do have a lot of capabilities, and it's just about how people can make use of them. So a lot of parties going on online, in breakout rooms and on these platforms. So yeah, absolutely, they can do their own event there.
Yeah. And I can, like 2 months ago, I have a handful of Navy guys that I stay in touch with.
Hmm.
So we got all together on a Facebook Messenger, and
Right.
I thought it was going to be, you know how guys are. We talk for 5 minutes and we're done, but we talked for like an hour and a half. Yeah, you remember? Were you there when we did? You know, it was,
And this is on a casual level, like on your friends level, right? But if you want to do it on a business level, yeah, it can happen as well, for sure.
right,
And depending on the magnitude or depending on the size of the event, maybe you can get some people to sponsor it as well, depending on the size of the event.
right. There's probably so many ideas. It's got to be limitless what you could do. I mean, just being like on a Zoom call for a matter of, so how many people are taking that screenshot, right? And
Oh
they're
my
showing,
God.
and I mean, people are creative. That's what I love about, about this stuff, is that people just
Yeah,
can, use so many different ideas. Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay,
Amazing.
what else you
But
got?
the whole thing about the experiential marketing, I think the main thing that we need to remember is that the great thing about it is that it gets the consumers to talk about their experiences with family and friends. And this serves as good word of mouth marketing, obviously. Now, you couple that with posting these experiences on companies' social media accounts and some their websites as well, and these things, and then you get a lot of publicity there as well. And if you play it right, you might even get some PR media coverage as well. So there's so many benefits out of that you can do. You just need to play it right from the very first, from the very
Hmm.
beginning.
Hmm.
Now,
And I,
just
and I guess with
sorry, go ahead.
summer coming, oh, sorry, with summer
Yeah, go ahead.
coming, the outdoor stuff is, I'm sure it's gonna start doing, you know, becoming a
Yeah,
lot more. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. These activities also, yeah, they get more and more in the summer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing I want to leave with is that other example I wanted to show. It's from The Economist, the big publication, global publication, The Economist, and it's called Bright Idea, and it is also a very smart, very unique experiential marketing idea where they have this little sign, this little billboard with the light is and that light bulb is off, and then as soon as somebody passes by the light bulb actually illuminates, it turns on. um, Again, amazing idea. And what they want to say is that everybody can have a bright idea. This is what they want to relay as a message.
Interesting.
It's
So
very
they
nice.
walk by, the thing lights up, everybody can have a bright idea.
Yeah,
So
that's
right
what
at
they
the
want
top
to
of their head, I can see the image below there is
say.
right above the guy's head. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see that. I mean, I didn't see that. I saw it and I was like, okay. But now that you've mentioned it, it's like, boom, right?
And imagine, like, you're passing by the billboard, and as soon as you pass by, the bulb illuminates, the bulb turns on. It's you definitely stop and have a look. So, and then once that happens, you're gonna call your wife, you're gonna call your friends and tell them, guess what happened, and maybe you'll take a picture of it.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
There
Very
you go.
cool, man.
Thank you.
So
Hope it was
you're out there
useful.
watching, you have some ideas about how you can, or we can, shift the whole, try to, do the print marketing and the posting marketing. And oh my gosh, how can you get the experiential to increase by, what'd you say, 65%?
Yeah, it 65% of them say that it has helped their sales
Oh,
increase. So it's not
65%.
it's not an immediate effect, but this is typical marketing in general. It takes time, but yeah, it has helped 65% of these companies to increase their sales.
Sure. So if anybody has any examples, type them in so we can see them and share them around, and let's see
Yeah,
if we can put some of them into action.
yeah. Now that would be
Really
nice. Actually, it'd be really nice.
All right, very cool. So
Okay.
experiential marketing is important.
Yeah, it's a new thing, fairly new, and a lot of companies are doing it. You don't have to be a large multinational to do it. You can actually do it on a small scale. Different ideas, and you know, it will definitely help your bottom line.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Right.
good.
Thank you
Well,
very
thank
much for
you again.
having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing with our to our members, for our members. Yeah. And the links there are they're in the comments there. If anybody wants to reach out to you and they want to do the assessment, please do that. Anybody have any questions for Life Plan, please get a hold of me. Click on the link. All the information is there. So okay, we'll see you again when?
Next week. Next
Next
week.
week, next Friday, same time. You're a Friday weekly guest.
Yes.
This is getting to be
Lovely.
like a regular TV show, man. We just need some international coverage.
Coverage. Yeah.
We'll see. It's to me it's all possible. I mean, we have grown. Self Achievement Network has grown um, by over 1,500 people from last year. Now,
Oh,
for
cool.
some people, they have. I've seen groups that are, oh my gosh, how many people are in some of these groups? I just saw one the other day. It's a private group, and it was 750,000 people.
There you go. So yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there. We got a few, but it takes the support of the members and for them to see the vision. So I've got some work to do to share the vision of what we're doing,
Yeah.
and get people. We need to do some experiential marketing. There you go.
Maybe that's the idea.
Okay, we're gonna put this whole thing in your lap and say, okay, Sharif, since you're the guru, let's see, let's see you do your magic wand.
I'll do my best.
But everybody gets the idea about experiential creating an experience where people want to share. They want to share,
Yeah.
and that whole word of mouth thing. So okay, we'll see you next Friday. Enjoy yourself this weekend. Have lots of
Thank
fun.
you.
Everybody out
Thank
there,
you.
you're great. Stay happy. Stay excited. We'll talk to you soon.